to track down the sender's boss. But the tycoon could never have imagined that this man was David, the man who had been having a secret affair with his wife, Anna, for 20 years. And David, too, had no idea where Mark had gone. Just a month ago, Lisa tracked down Mark, a member of the bullying gang. She knew Mark had long been oppressed by David and harbored deep resentment toward the group, so she planned to turn him against them. After all, he held a lot of dirt on the bullies. His dream had always been to become a billionaire, and now Lisa was ready to give him that chance. Mark had no idea he was about to become her pawn. That day, she lured Mark to the rooftop and brought up the story of Anna's murder all those years ago. It was from this very spot that the victim had been pushed off the roof. Lisa had been nearby that day, and had even found the victim's student ID at the scene. If Mark would trade the bully's secrets, he could use the evidence to blackmail Anna for a large sum of money and then run off with it. Mark then took out a strand of David's hair and handed it to Lisa. Lisa's goal was to perform a DNA match to confirm whether he was the biological father of Anna's daughter. The next day, following Lisa's instructions, Mark went to the hospital. To his surprise, the victim's body from all those years ago was still there. Afterward, as agreed, he handed Lisa the information on the bullying group, including evidence that Ella had been snorting flour. Once everything was ready, Mark turned on the voice recorder on his phone as Lisa had instructed, preparing to extort a hefty sum from Anna. At first, he wanted to test the waters by bringing up her affair, but to his surprise, she dismissed it out of hand, and even noticed that Mark was recording her on his phone. Just as she was about to leave, Mark grabbed her by the neck and exposed her murder from all those years ago, adding that the victim's body was still being kept at the hospital. Just as he was getting carried away with his triumph, Anna grabbed a wine bottle and smashed it against Mark's head. Afterward, she contacted the police officer who had helped her back in high school. With the support of Anna's family, that officer had risen through the ranks and was now a deputy director general. But unexpectedly, he had been cautious and hidden the body in an abandoned funeral home. Since Anna and her daughter were constantly causing trouble, he feared he would eventually be dragged into it. If he ever needed money in the future, Mark's body could come in handy. A week later, Lisa couldn't get in touch with Mark. She suspected he might be dead. Unfortunately, after all that trouble, she hadn't managed to obtain any evidence of Anna's crimes. Now she desperately needed an ally. So she reached out to Jack, the doctor who had taught her to play chess. Lisa then explained exactly what she planned to do, sparing no detail. After hearing her story, Jack's first reaction was to tell her to stop, because Jack believed Lisa was a kind person and shouldn't do the things only villains would do. Lisa burst out laughing when she heard this. Then she immediately took off her coat and revealed the scars covering her entire body. After seeing this, Jack could no longer bear it. His eyes were filled with rage, and he volunteered to be Lisa's executioner. And so, Lisa's path of revenge would continue to unfold.